All right. Now, can you all tell me one by one? I'm going to ask you in turn the paints that you all have. So, Angad, what is it? Is it poster paint, acrylic, watercolor? What is it that you have? Can you hold it up and
I
show?
have this type of paints.
Is that a watercolor cakes? Are those watercolor cakes?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Neha, you told me you have poster color, right? Okay. And Misha, what sort of paints do you have? Can you read the label and tell me what is it?
It is 12 poster colors.
Poster colors. All right. So Angad and I are going to be using watercolors. Misha and Neha, you're going to be using poster colors. Same
Yeah.
thing.
I think I have green in this. I think I finished the green.
But we will need green. It's a forest.
Wait.
You'll have to maybe pick it up from another set. Okay. Um, Fine, let's start. So let me explain to you. In your set of colors, okay, Angad, I know you can't pull out your colors because they are cakes, but just identify. Misha and Neha, identify and pull it out from your box. I want a lemon yellow. Angad, do you have a lemon yellow? Yeah, as long as you can identify, it's fine. Yeah, keep it out.
I got some other colors that
All
are
right.
big.
Okay. Sia, very quickly, Auntie's starting now. What colors do you have, Sia? Is it poster color, acrylic, watercolor? What is it? Quickly tell me. They're jars. Okay, they look like poster to me. Okay, fine. All right.
You can do it like
Stay on mute. Okay, so everybody keep out lemon yellow. Sia, keep lemon yellow out. Okay. Do we have yellow ochre, which is like a very dull, dirty yellow? Have a look. It can, yes, Neha, that is fine. Angad, do you have it? As long as you have it and you're able
only
to
have this yellow.
only that yellow, keep it out. Okay. Now, do we have a brown?
Is this fine for
Yes.
ochre and brown?
Hold on. Let me have a look, better, closer look. Remove your finger, Angad. So I think you have two browns, right? Do you have two
No.
browns?
No.
Only one? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So you will use that for brown and the ochre. Yes, Neha, that is fine. Do we have a dull green? Not a bright green, a dull one like sap.
Ma'am, I don't have sap green, but I have a color called poster green.
Yes, that's fine. Poster green is fine. Anga, just identify a green which is not so bright. Misha, do you have a green that's not too bright? Yes, Anga. Yeah. All right. So we have a green, brown, yellow. Do we have a deep blue? Do we have a dark blue? The darkest shade of blue that you have. It doesn't matter which shade. Yes, Anga, that's fine. Neha, fine. Do we have a black and do we have white?
Yes.
Okay. So these are going to be your color palette for the next 2 weeks, this week and the next week. All right. So keep in mind, it's black and white, brown, yellow, and green. Fine? Easy? Easy peasy? All right. Now, Auntie is going to show you how to do half of it, and the other half I want you to do as homework. Okay? Now, let us begin. Now, Angad, because you have got cakes, it's okay if you have cakes. You can still put some water onto the cake, nicely wet it, give it a good stir, take out some paint and put it on your palette. Fine? So, the color that we're going to start with is yellow. It can be lemon yellow or yellow ochre, doesn't matter, because I know not all of us have the same set. Take out a little bit onto your palette. If you have a yellow ochre, keep it out. Oh wow, wonderful, Misha. This is what yellow ochre looks like. It's a dull, yes, Sia, very good. Put out a little on your palette. Now, the way we're going to treat, yes, Misha, the way we're going to treat our paint is going to be quite watery. Yes, Neha?
Ma'am, I don't know which color to use.
The dull one, not the bright one. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So take out some on your palette, everybody, a little bit of yellow ochre or yellow. Add water to it. Make it watery. Angad, not too much water for you, just directly paint from your palette. I think from your paint cake is best, I think. Now pick any one tree of your choice. I'm not going to, tree or bush of your choice, okay? Because I know all of us have different drawings. So pick any one. And from the bottom of the tree or the bush, I want you to gently, please have a look, what is the shade Auntie is painting? It's quite bright. It's not too watery. It's not too light. Okay, so please see to it that your colors are bright and vivid, but not dark. So just add only a touch of water so that it flows, the paint flows, it's not too sticky. You can have a look at my palette, it's quite watery. And from the bottom of your tree or bush, you're going to pull the paint upwards. Any tree or bush of your choice. Oops, where did that green come from? Okay, just halfway, maybe 3/4 up, and then we will stop. Keep it moist, keep it watery, but at the same time quite bright. So not too pale, not too insipid. Where does this come from? So about 3/4 of the tree and then stop. Once you finish 3/4 of the tree, to the same yellow, add a little bit of white. So I've put white on a separate part of my palette here, and I'm going to add some of the same yellow ochre or whatever yellow it is that you're using, and I'm going to pull it from the top. So I have a lighter tone on the top, and that is going to blend and merge into my darker tone around 3/4 of the way. So I have two tones to my tree or bush, whatever it is that you're painting. Follow? So bright, vivid yellow from below. If it's a yellow ochre or lemon yellow, it's fine. And then the same yellow mixed with a little white pulled from the top. So you have a lighter tone on the top. And it needs to blend. It shouldn't look like two separate things on a tree. It needs to blend. So the space in between needs to nicely mix with each other. It shouldn't look separate. It should look like it's the same tree. So swoosh your brush around such that the colors are nicely blended. So here you have a two-toned tree.
My white is dried up.
Maybe you can put some water and shake it up a little. Keep a cloth handy just to wipe out any excess water from your brush, everyone. Always good to keep a cloth handy when you are painting. So finally, painting after so many weeks of doing other things. Pure painting class. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you're all done with tree number 1. No? Okay, we'll have to pick up a little speed. I'll show you 3-4 trees and then I'll let you do the rest on your own. Angad's done. Sia, how's it going? Fine? Okay. Neha, you done? Yes?
I'm finished, and how does it look?
Is it too watery? Will it drip? Yes, that looks fine. I just feel you should blend it a little better between the light and the
Yeah.
dark. Yeah.
The dark when I painted, I need to paint it full, and it dried fast.
Yes, it will dry fast. Doesn't matter, just bring your brush in between the dark and the light and give it a nice swoosh so that it's nicely blended, if you can. Yes, the paint will dry fast. We must work fast. Next color is a dull green. Take out just a little in your palette. Angad, for you, you can just put water onto the green and give it a good stir onto the cake. Put lots of water. And the rest of us will put a lot of water in our palette. Now to this green, please add a little bit of that same yellow that we used earlier. So if it is a yellow ochre, use that. So it becomes slightly lighter.
Is this okay?
Yes, yes, Misha.
Ma'am,
Fine.
my paint is always a little light.
So add more paint.
It's a little light. The normal paint is like this one.
That's fine. Add some yellow ochre to the green.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if we are ready with that, we are going to take another tree of your choice or bush. Maybe pick one which is not next to the wet one so that the colors don't bleed. So pick one little further away, far away. We're going to paint the top of the tree with this green ochre mix. And we're going to stop around half or 3/4 of the way. Okay? We're going to stop there. What we're going to do next, okay, I'll give you time to finish up to there. Paint it just 3/4 of the way, not all the way. And now take out a little bit of that green into a separate slot in your palette and add just a little black to it. So Angad, this you'll have to mix outside in a palette. Green with a touch of black. So it becomes like a deep green, and this you're going to pull from the bottom upwards.
Ma'am, after I used my green and then add a little bit of ochre, it turned more darker.
Yeah, that is fine. Keep it down, Neha. That's fine. Now it's going to get still darker by adding a touch of black to the same green ochre color, and that you're going to pull upwards for the rest of the bush or tree. Got it? Like that. So again, we have a two-toned tree. With a bright green on the top, well, brightish, and a deeper one below. So are we getting the idea on how to paint each of these trees? It's going to be a combination of, well, don't use the blue, but it's going to be a combination of ochre, or yellow, green, brown, and black. You can use it in different combinations. So green and brown, ochre and green, ochre and brown, brown and green. You can mix these 3-4 colors and make your own combinations. Top half separate, bottom half separate, or you can mix the colors. So let's now do a combination with the brown. Let's take a little brown. Everybody done with tree 1 and 2? Angad's done, Misha's done. See, are you done with first and second tree? Fine. Now, for the brown, let's first use it directly as brown. So mix some water, get it watery. Pick another tree of your choice. I'm going to take this bush at the bottom. Again, 3/4 of the way, we're going to add the brown.
Is this okay?
Yes, Misha, that's fine. So as you can see, the colors are more like fall colors, autumn colors, hence the more muted tones. So once you've got it 3/4 of the way, you can use the green that we had mixed, either the brighter green or that mixed green with the black, and you can pull it from below and touch the brown halfway or 3/4 of the way.
Is that just black or brown mixed with black?
It's that green black that we had used earlier for the
Oh.
previous tree. Yeah, I just pulled that up. I don't like wasting paint. Make sure the colors are blended. Keep it within the line, do not spill out. Sia, are you painting? Sia, hello? Sia, are you painting?
Ma'am, I'm just blending. Ma'am, I'm just
mixed media
just mixing the color and putting them like that.
Okay,
That's what
all right. Okay, you can do it directly, but I hope you are painting because both your hands seem free. Yeah, both your hands are free.
Ma'am, because my didis are putting it on.
Right, so basically I'm having class with Didi.
Stella, it's so
What's the point? Sia, the class is for you, not for Didi. For Didi, I can have a separate class.
Ma'am, the brown is broke.
So we've worked with yellow, we've worked with green, and we've worked with the brown. Now we're going to do mix and match combinations of all these colors. So you can do half the tree with green, the other half with brown, half the tree with, just give me a second. Don't forget, we can always use white as well. So what would happen if we were to mix a little white with the brown? See what color you get. Do we ever do that? Do we ever mix our white and brown? You get this lovely peachy, warm peachy color. So you could use that maybe for some of the trees. From the top, yes?
I read the three trees and one trees and
Yeah,
one
looks good. Yes, looks fine. Continue. Now I want you to mix and match, make your own combinations and finish up all the trees and bushes. Well, how much ever we can do today, the rest we'll do later. Just keep in mind the colors on the top of the tree or bush need to be lighter than the colors below. Why is that? Anyone? Common sense? The colors on the top of the tree need to be lighter than the colors below because? Anybody? No? No one wants to guess why it should be such that the colors below should be darker?
so it could blend.
Think of the trees outside in nature. Aren't they lighter on the top because sun hits it? So when you look at a
Yes.
tree and it's daytime, the sunlight always shines from the leaves, right? It reflects from the leaves. So it's lighter on the top and the branches below are much darker. So let's keep that in mind while we paint as well. To keep the lighter colors on the top, darker colors from below. Keep it within the lines. Everybody point your brush if there are tiny spaces. Do a nice neat job. Avoid trees that are wet. Move away from them. Mix a little white with the green and see what color you get. Mix a little black with the yellow and see what color you get.
Can I do the branches?
Not yet. Not yet. I'll explain to you. That might be done only next week. Just do the bushes and the trees, and in a while I'm going to show you how to do the background.
Ma'am,
Yes,
by
Neha?
mistake I used blue for the trees.
Okay, maybe you can paint over it because we've kept the blue just for the background. Okay, paint over it later with another color once it is dry, not now. It's okay, not a problem.
Also, can we repeat the colors we
Yes,
did?
of course, please repeat the colors. Please try new colors. Use the colors on your palette. Don't waste it. Colors need to look like fall colors. So browns, ochres, muted greens. Nothing too bright at the same time. They should look fresh. Angad, are you done? You're working, right? Misha, are you there? Misha. Misha, you'd asked me about the tree branches. Go ahead if you'd like to paint them, okay? Keep them either in ochre or brown. Or you could even use the dark green black. That's also fine. How's it going, everybody? Anything you want to ask? Any difficulty? Keep mixing and matching the 4-5 colors that we have picked.
Ma'am, I have to say something.
Yeah, tell me.
If when I was doing this one, the blue was that I colored on top of it now, and then when I do the bottom, I by mistakenly added a lot of water, so blended here. I used a tissue and stopped it.
Okay, that's fine. But it feels like there are two different colors on the tree without the blending happening. That
I'm
last.
gonna do the blending.
Yeah, please do that. Thank you. Angad, how's it going? Do you think you can hold it up to show Auntie? Or would it drip?
It would drip, but I can show you 1 minute.
Or do you want to turn your screen? Yeah. Okay, Angad, I need you to work on the blending a little bit. Okay? Just a bit more on the blending, yeah. And keep your colors lighter. So maybe add more water. Or add yellow to your paint or white to your paint. Keep it light. Don't make it go too dark. Misha, can I quickly see yours? Okay, Misha, are you using different colors for each of them, or is it just one color per tree? Try to use two colors for the tree, please. So
Okay.
one from the top, one from below.
This one has two. This one has one.
Okay, they all seem to have blended into one tone. So try and see if you're able to create a little bit more variation. Add more water. I feel your paint is too thick. You just need very little paint. That goes for everybody. Very little paint, more water. Keep it watery. Only then will you get those lighter, fresher tones of a watercolor.
Ma'am,
Yes,
I want to say another thing.
yes.
I like your painting.
Oh, thank you. I'll show you the completed work after class. Okay, let's work a little longer and then I want to show you guys the background. There's a particular technique for that. Also, I feel some of you are losing the shape of the trees. So if you need to fix that, you can do it while your paint is wet. If your trees have sort of gone a little, changed its shape while you were painting because maybe paint has slipped out, it's okay. You can go over it, get the edges all nice and smooth and rounded. Use your colors light, not so dark. Misha, lighten your colors. Use lighter colors. Yes, mix more white, mix more yellow to your color. Angad, the same goes for you. Keep them light. Sia, can I see your painting? Yes, good colors, Sia. Good colors. Just work on your form. And everybody try to create this dark and light within each tree, within each bush. A lighter color from the top, a darker tone from below. Mix and match just the 4-5 colors that we've picked. When you add white to any color, you can get many shades, of course. They are called tints. Sorry, they are called tones. And when you add black to any color and you get various shades, it's called tint. So tones and tints we can create by adding white or black to any of your colors. Okay. Now, can we all finish off the bush or the tree that you're currently working with, and then put your brush down. Whatever bush or tree that you have started, finish it, give me a thumbs up and put your brush down. Don't do another one yet. I want to show you guys the background. Finish, Neha? Whatever you're working on, very good. Just relax for 2 minutes. Misha, Angad, Sia, whatever tree or bush that you're currently working on, once you finish that, please put your brushes down and stop. Angad, are you done with the one you were working on?
Yes.
Okay. How about you, Misha? Okay, great. Sia, we're going to start painting the background. Can you all go and change your water and come back with fresh water? Okay. Take dark blue a little bit into your palette. Angad, you don't need to take it out of your palette. Just put water and get it ready. Neha, take dark blue onto your palette and add a few drops of water to get it wet, but not too dilute. We want the color to remain quite dark. So have a look at Auntie's screen. It's quite dark, but I've just added some water to keep it moving. Angad, you'll just put water on your cake and make it a little soluble. Get your blue ready, everyone. Dark blue. Give it a good stir, Angad, once you put the water. Just tease the surface. Now, if your dark blue is ready, keep that brush aside. Don't take that brush. Take a fresh, clean brush. Can you all hear me? Take a fresh, clean brush. Dip it into the water. Okay, everyone just watch for the time being. Everybody just watch. Eyes on the screen. Just watch. So Auntie's taken clean water in a brush. I'm applying the clean water to a small space in the background. Of course, you can't see it because it's just water I'm painting with. Just next to the trees and the bushes, I'm applying some water in small spaces. Why? Because it will dry very quickly. So in just this space, I have applied water, only water. Then I'm going to take, Neha, if you're not listening, I'm not going to repeat. I'm going to take my blue in my brush and I'm going to just drop it. Can you see? I'm going to drop it just by the side of the trees, in between the little crevices and spaces, and I'm going to let the water do the rest of the trick. So by the side of the tree, I want a nice smooth finish. So I will move my brush just a little. But you see all of this that is flowing to the side, the water is doing its job. Okay, can we all try? First, wet your space, a small space in the background, just touching the trees and the bushes with plain water. And then you're going to drop blue, your dark blue paint just at the side, just beside your forms that you have drawn or painted. Do it section by section because your paper will just absorb the water and before you know it, it's dry. So section by section, little by little, apply water. And the fun part is that the water carries the paint. You don't have to do much. You just have to make sure that all the spaces close to the bushes and trees have paint. That's it. The rest of it the water does. So no white edges by the side of the trees or bushes.
It's not working.
Why is it not working? Is the color not bleeding?
Yeah, it's not bleeding.
Okay, are you using a tube paint? Is it tube paint? Mix it with enough water. It has to work. It's always water bleeds the paint. Perhaps you've not mixed enough water with the paint to start with. If you try to drop it directly, it won't spread. The paint also needs to be watery. Only then will the water carry the paint. Make sure you don't lose the shape of the trees or the bushes. Keep the blue away. It needs to just outline. How's it going, Neha? Angad? Good. Now you can also paint these tiny spaces in between the tree branches and trunks in the background with the same blue. Okay, so it needs to be dark blue closer to the trees, and then it gets little watery and lighter towards the edges of the paper.
Ma'am, you've done the branches.
Sorry, what, Sia?
You've done the branches, so
Yes, you can do.
we have to do.
Yes, you can also do. I had said so earlier.
Uh,
So of course I've stopped only halfway on my paper, but please continue and fill the entire sky all around the composition. Finish it off. The dark blue should be touching the trees and bushes, and then it should get lighter, more watery towards the edges. Your final painting shouldn't have any white spaces left. So your trees should be completed, your bushes should be completed, and your blue sky as well. Okay, next week we're going to be giving all the details, more branches, and yeah, a lot more dots and designs and stuff for your trees. So please have this ready before class next week. There should be no white space left. Everything should be painted and finished with the first coat of paint. And then the finishing gets done next week with lots and lots of details. Misha, how's it going? Okay. You're on mute, Misha.
can't not so well because I can't just do it because I can't do it because it's not working. So I have to do it with the brush.
Okay, fine. Do it with a brush. Is it too wet for you to pick it up?
Yes, it's really wet.
Okay, okay. Neha, is yours also too wet? If it's too wet, don't pick it up. Okay. Neha, I can see you can still make it darker, closer to the edges of the trees and bushes. Okay, it's all become the same tone, Neha. So you can perhaps make it darker just by the side of the trees and bushes, but it has to be well blended. You can't have it hanging. Angad, how about you? How is it going?
It's too drippy right now to
Okay,
show.
okay. You can send me a picture later. Sia, all okay? If there's a spillage and it goes into some of the trees, do not panic. Let it dry. Paint over once it is dry. Try to keep the forms as rounded as possible with smooth edges. So next week, when we come, let me show you. These are the details that we need to make. So do not make any branches or any of the details this week. Next week when you come, Auntie is going to show you how to do each of these branches, the tall ones, the dots, the stripes, and so on. Hence, I need that all your trees and bushes are complete and that your background is also complete. You see how it is all dark at the edges and it's lighter on the sides. All the colors are muted, it's fresh, it's bright, it's light, nothing too dark. Fine, and then we will add all the standing trees and branches next time. Understood, everyone? Okay?
Yeah.
But that's not to be done. Your homework for this week is what? That you complete what we have started today. So basically complete this, what we have started. Even I need to finish it, it's my homework too. So basically just complete the trees and the bushes and the blue background. That is all. Next week we will finish all the detailing. Any questions related to today's class? I'm going to post the picture of the completed work along with the 5 colors that we've used. Which are the colors? Yellow, green, brown, blue, black and white. Okay, 6 colors. Fine. Okay, quick look. Who would like to show? Anybody who wants to show? Angad, you want to pick up your sheet? Yes, very good. Lovely. Yeah, I would like to see the completed one and you send me a photo of that. See to it that all your edges are smooth, Angad. You can smoothen it out by using a little blue of the background and then it'll all, yeah, it'll be fine. Neha, those who've shown me can leave. Neha, how about you?
Now some blue paint for the backdrop leaked, so I waited for it to dry so I can paint on.
Okay, fine. Is your paper thick paper, Neha?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, your colors look nice. Just keep your forms. Oi, Neha. Just keep your forms neater. Sia,
Bye, ma'am.
bye. Bye, Neha. Bye, Angad. Sia, can I have a quick look, please?
Bye.
Bye. Okay, Sia, we need to work neater. Yes. Your trees need to be lighter. Whatever space is left behind, can you please keep it lighter and brighter? Okay, bye, Sia.